Okay, so I was outside walking to get the mail, and we have this tree line between ourselves, our driveway, and our neighbor's driveway, with a whole lot of trees on it that we've been cutting down because we don't really want these gigantic trees growing in this space. But as I was passing, I ran across a funny looking little set of leaves, and I'm not 100% sure what they are. But it seems to have grown quite a bit. It's a little windy out. Let me try and hold this still. Is this an oak? Kind of seems like it would be an oak. Let me know if you have any idea what this plant would be. Okay, I had no way of videotaping this while I was doing it. I don't have enough hands, and it's pretty windy today. But I used my hoary knife, my root shears, and this little claw to get what I think is an oak tree out of the ground. It doesn't have hardly any roots. It was in so much rock that it was hard to get at it, but I did the best that I could, and there's some roots here, and if not, the root of the rest of the tree is still in that rock, so I hope that maybe it'll regenerate itself from there if it needs to. Right now I'm going to try and put some of this sandy loam, which is, it had a lot more sand in what was up front where it was buried, but I'm going to put that in here and probably have to trim back some of these leaves. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I got it in a pot. All the roots are underground. I did put a stake in it and tied it to that to keep it upright so it doesn't flop around and loosen itself from the soil. And I put a rock on top of it to just keep the stick from moving also. I feel like I'm going to have to trim some of these leaves because there's a couple of little leaves on this little stem, but I feel like all these leaves might be too much of a drain for the meager amount of roots that are left, and it seems like I have a tendency to leave too many leaves on when I do any kind of a cutting and stuff. So I'm going to reduce some of these leaves. Okay, so this is what I've got left. So I left 2 leaves on this stalk, 1 on this one, 2 on this one, each with a downward and an upward, and they each do have other buds. So I removed this group of 4, this group of 3, a pair, and another pair. Just because I just don't know if this is all too many leaves to be supported by a couple of measly little roots. I went ahead and put some rooting compound on it, and I also put some of the mycorrhizal powder in here too, to try and give it the best start. This is the sandiest loam that I have, and it was in an area that's mostly all sand. So hopefully this will help. I really hope it takes off. I have no idea if it's actually an oak or not, but it didn't look like anything else that grows there. I hope it's nothing toxic because I've been touching my face a bunch of times trying to get my, because of the wind. So this is just a little elm I saw in the yard that I'm sorry, not elm, another oak that I saw in the yard. I'm really hoping it isn't actually an oak and not some other species. I don't see anything else like it in my yard. That's the surprising part. We don't have any oaks that look like this. Most of what I have is red oaks, and it's in the northern part of the yard, and this was in the very southern part of my driveway. you can see I just kind of supported it. I did leave the 2 little leaves on this twig because hopefully one or the other of them will live. And I can add it to my other oaks. So I went from having no oaks to having several oaks. And all of them were either acorns or small trees found on either my property or a friend of mine who actually has all kinds of trees. So thanks for watching this quick little video. I was just so surprised when I found this, I just had to make a video. I'll see you next time on my channel, Bonsai Druid. Have a lovely day.